Hi guys, I'm Millie.
And I'm Anne.
Welcome to Enkanasa.
The beginner's toolbox to all things Chama. Today we'll be talking about constitutions and the processes and how to come up with a constitution for your Chama. So the first thing we'll start off with is the definition of a constitution. A constitution is basically a set of beliefs and laws by which any organization is run. So there are set precedents and guidelines that you have as to how you'll operate as an organization or as a group.
Yeah.
So why is a constitution important for a Chama? These are required when you're trying to first of all register as a self-help group. That's the chamas that we've been talking about. And also if you're trying to open a joint account, maybe any bank will require that, you have a proper constitution.
Yes. So we shall walk you through our constitution for our Chama, and then you can borrow from it or build up on it. The first clause in our constitution is mission and vision. So this is obvious that you need to put down your goals in writing so that everyone in the group is aware of the way forward and
what you're trying to achieve
yes.
as a group.
As a group, yes.
Yeah. So the next thing you would want or you can define in your constitution is the membership. So in your constitution you can choose to outline the number of members you want to have, and maybe even how you get to admit new members into the group, and what rules and regulations they need to follow in order to join your group.
Yeah.
Yes.
Another thing that you could add into your constitution is meetings. So you can state whether you're going to be having virtual or physical meetings.
Yeah.
You can also include whether you're going to fine people if they don't attend meetings or if they're late. Yeah, just things about
related
them.
to
Yeah.
Okay, so the other thing we can also have, or rather you can also have in your constitution, is the executive office, because this is an organization, so you have so many people in that organization, so you need to define roles. So I think some of the key roles you need to have are a chairperson, a secretary, and also a treasurer, because if you're dealing with money, which most chamas do, you need somebody who's accountable for that money. So just have these offices defined and their roles and their responsibilities, and just have that fleshed out very clearly for everyone in the group to know what everyone does.
True.
Yeah.
Another thing is finances. So of course if you're in a Chama, you're most likely contributing, giving monthly or weekly contributions. So you need to define where this money goes to, whether you're sending it to a person, whether you're sending it into a bank account, and if the bank account is in the name of the Chama or is it in under do you trust it to a person? So this is something that you need to put it down in writing. You also define, because like money is tricky. It's a tricky issue.
So you need, just to safeguard everyone, it needs to be clearly outlined how you're going to deal with the group's finances. Another thing, depending on the nature of the businesses you want to do as a Chama, you can also have in a non-compete clause, because you don't want the Chama having one line of business. So let's say as a group you decide to go into selling skincare products, let me say. So it wouldn't really be right for one of the members to also go out and start a similar business. So you can also think about having a non-compete clause, just to make sure that the Chama's interests are protected also.
If your interest in the Chama is doing investments. And another thing is you could have a clause on removal of members from the Chama, or if a member wants to leave, what are the steps? Like what's the procedure if someone wants to leave the group? How much money are they going to get back? Because maybe they want 100% and we've used some of it to do in investments. Or in some of it has been lost. Maybe we did an investment and we made a loss.
True.
So you need to put that down in writing so that you also don't you protect the group
Yes.
as well.
As well.
Yeah.
The other thing you can also think of having in your constitution is how to resolve any disputes, because it's a group of people, so disputes are bound to come up. So you can just outline maybe how disputes will be resolved in the Chama. So be it coming up maybe the special tribunal, or maybe having the chairperson deciding on such issues. Just however you want to deal with it as a group, just also have that outlined and clearly specified,
Yeah.
to make sure in case there's any issue, in future, you have a clear guideline on how to deal with them.
Yeah.
Yes.
And another thing is the loan policy within the group. If in your group you want to give out loans to your members, you need to decide what percent of the total contributions are you going to give out in loans, because you don't want to give out everything and then the Chama is left without
anything.
so that if you want to do an investment, you still have some money left to do the same.
Something else you can also talk about, because as you mentioned, chamas are primarily geared towards finances and financial freedom of the members, but you can also think about having a welfare fund, because this is really good, especially if you have, if something happens to one of the members, so be it maybe a wedding, or on the other side even a funeral, or just something happens to your members, you want to be able to have a small amount that can go towards supporting your members.
Yeah.
So you can define a welfare fund or a welfare kitty within your constitution, and just clearly describe what functions or what events in a person's lives would really call for something from the welfare kitty. So maybe weddings, graduations, birthdays, such things. You can have that outlined, just to make sure somebody doesn't come up and say, you know what, I want something from
the welfare.
Yes, because I got a promotion at work or something. So you need.
I got a dog.
Or I got a dog. So you need to have such events clearly outlined in your constitution also.
Yeah.
Yes.
Amendment of the constitution. So from time to time you'd want to change your a few clauses or add a few clauses. So you need to put it down how you want to go about it. Okay. You don't want the constitution to be changed when only a few members met.
True.
So you'd want to have that down in writing, so that it's clear for everyone that we can only change the constitution when this
number of people are available,
or these requirements are met.
Okay. I think something else you said earlier is, as the group grows, you find that even the needs and how people want to do things changes. So it's important to allow for changes to the constitution, to accommodate and incorporate this growth of the group.
So that you're just not so rigid.
Exactly. As you grow, your constitution also needs to grow and adapt with you as a group. Yes. So the other thing you can think about is how do you ensure that tasks are carried out by your members, because as we've said, this is a collective effort. A Chama will only succeed or only prosper when everyone is pulling their weight as they should. So you can think about how to ensure that tasks are carried out. So one thing we've done for our Chama is that we have a small fine system to just make sure that whenever you're given a task as an individual, you're able to carry it out. So it's something you can think about, just to make sure that everything runs as it should and within the timelines that it should run.
True. And another thing, and also connected to that, is you can think about a reward system, which we actually just
started.
And we also just included it into our constitution.
Yes.
So a reward system is where you can have a small gift for a member of the year, someone who's been outstanding and they've met all their requirements for the Chama, they've done all their tasks on time. It's nice to recognize such people, and it just even motivates people to so that you just don't feel like you're doing all this work for these humans who are not even appreciating me.
True. Yes. So I think those are just a few of the points that we have for us, and they've worked for us as a Chama. So one thing maybe I'd like to mention is it's important to have your constitution running for, you know, at least 1 year before making any changes. But should there be any emergency, let me call them emergency changes that you wish to make, you can also account for those maybe in special meetings. But again, these are things you define for yourselves within your constitution. Yeah, but a constitution is just, it's meant to help you as a group,
and also
really.
just cover you, all of you.
Yes.
So it shouldn't be something that is strenuous for you to follow.
So yes, we hope you've learned something from us. If you did, please remember to like
and subscribe,
and share with your friends, share widely. And yeah, thank you also for making it to the end of this video, and we hope to see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.